Hello everyone, it's Sandra, and today's the day that I'm going to demonstrate how I use ordinary Starbucks cups to start the baiting process for Gilligan, my large paddling pool worm bin. I'm going to demonstrate how I use food, a moisture gradient, and light to make sure these bait cups are as successful as possible prior to harvesting this worm bin for the winter. So the food has to be yummy, and what's better for worms than some previously frozen then defrosted pumpkin added to some of our composted leaves, along with some eggshell powder for a pH buffer and some additional grit. Pumpkin is very moist, and these leaves actually were quite moist as well, which will serve to establish a moisture gradient into the bait cups because Gilligan's vermicompost is quite fluffy. The bait cups themselves are just ordinary Starbucks cups, and I've punched holes in them from about 5-6 inches down. No holes on the bottom, of course, because you don't want the yummy food juices leaking out the bottom. And so I'm going to fill the cups up to the level of the highest hole, and hopefully I have enough food for all 5 cups. This worm bin has a large surface area, so 5 cups is probably not enough, but it's a start to get this baiting operation underway. I'm filling to about 5 or 6 inches because that's the depth of the surrounding vermicompost. You don't want to fill your bait cups higher than the material, but I obviously want to fill it high enough so that worms at any level of the vermicompost will be able to find a hole and take the bait. It's also been a while since I've given Gilligan's worms a hefty feeding, so having the worms a little bit hungry and cruising for food is not a bad idea prior to starting a baiting operation like this. My primary goal with this baiting operation is to get enough worms pulled out of Gilligan so that I can restart him and get him well underway before our winter weather sets in. So with that last cup filled, I'm going to just dig down right to Gilligan's flat bottom, and these cups will sit nice and stable there. This vermicompost is really lovely, and there's one of Gilligan's worms just in the area, so that's cool. So anyway, want to dig down deep enough so that the cups will sit flat, but more importantly, that all of the holes will be below the level of the vermicompost. A good place to bait is in your prior feeding locations because worms might be hanging out there. Gilligan, like I said, has such a large surface area. I'm just going to scatter these around. Each of the cups has to be buried and then backfilled with a gentle press down so that you've got good contact between the vermicompost and the holes of the bait cup. Any worms I find in the area, they get popped right into the cup, why not? And I also take this opportunity to look around the surface, and if, as I see, I'm finding little bits of unprocessed chunkier bits, and this will be my third element of successful baiting, and that is to darken the tops of the surface of these cups, the bait underneath, so the worms will feel comfortable going in there. I open Gilligan's lid every day, and so I don't sift my vermicompost. So by just picking up these leaf stems and bits of paper and avocado peel and an avocado pit, and just sticking them in the tops of the bait cups, that ensures that the bait cups are going to be darker than the surrounding vermicompost, and that's just another incentive for the worms to go there. I've turned up a few worms on the surface, so I'm just going to pop these fellows right into a waiting bait cup. So once this baiting operation is completed in a week or so, we are going to be moving Gilligan to his winter vacation spot. So stay tuned, put the notification bell on, and you can see how we refill him from scratch. Thanks for watching.